My name is Kirsten Jordan. I'm a real estate agent at Douglas Elliman. I am 38 years old. I'm a mother of three, and I've been in the industry for the last 13 years. I was inspired to get into real estate because I had been living in Europe. And while I was in Europe, I realized that I enjoyed sales and that I also really loved being, with people. And so when I came back from my trip in Europe, I moved to New York, and my stepfather told me, if you love being with people so much, you should get into real estate and be a real estate agent. So that's basically what I did. The difficulties I faced in real estate have most of the time been related to knowing when to outsource and knowing who to outsource things to, and how to structure that in my business. So for the first 10 years, 12 years of being in the business, I, did not have an assistant. I was on my own, and I was on teams where I was kind of in more of an more of like a supporting role or being behind the scenes. And that was hard when I was in between pregnancies and raising my like kids as they were really, really little. Now they're older, so it's okay. But that's something that I thought was the most difficult. And then the other side of it is, continuing to demand your worth, which is, or ask your worth or charge your worth, and really, you know, tell people, to really, really stand up for yourselves when it comes to negotiations. First property I ever sold was a one bedroom at 195 Prince Street. It was on the fourth floor as a walk-up building. It's probably 550 square feet, and it was listed for $650,000, and it went for a complete bidding war, and my buyers purchased it for $822,000, and that was in 2008. The most expensive property I've ever sold myself without anybody else is $10.75 million. On average, each year I sell between 20 and 30 properties. My goal this year is definitely to double that and to sell 80 million in properties this year. My marketing strategies have to do with a combination of digital marketing, social media, making sure that everything that I have is going across all platforms. We do everything from SEO optimization to making sure that we have really incredible imagery that, gets a lot of clicks on my social media as well. And then in addition to that, it's making sure that a property is well priced, well positioned, well described, so that it doesn't, leave anybody asking for more or having any, questions about, why or what, is going on there. Scaling from what I can see, because I'm working to scale my business right now, scaling your business looks like having, people who can work with you that are able to multiply your ability to sell more, go after more business, and, bring in more revenue. So essentially, if you can find ways to leverage your abilities by working with other people, that seems to be one of the best ways to scale business. The other way that I find scaling business really helps is using business to build business. So what's really, really important is making sure that you are continually doing a great job with anyone you work with, so that they give you referrals. When they think of somebody who's in real estate, they think of you. I'm not sure you need a mentor to succeed. I think there's a lot of people in real estate that do very, very well by using online motivational, apps and courses, and they, look up to maybe a real estate agent who's not necessarily somebody they have direct access to. And so that's totally incredible, and another way to find mentorship. I have a blog that's called How to Mentor Yourself. I don't remember the name of the blog, but if you look on my website, kirstenjordan.com, you'll see there's a place where I talk about how to bridge that mentoring gap when you don't feel like you have a mentor. The thing that's the craziest about with most of my clients, and I would say, the ones in particular that I would say are the wildest experiences, most of the time it just has to do with some sort of miscommunication. Once I went to go show a property, and somebody had spent the night there, and we thought it was a staged property, and I got there and this woman was still in the apartment, and had all of her stuff in it, like, I don't know how she did that so quickly, but she really had like moved in for a couple of days. So, and I thought that was pretty crazy. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's really crazy that's ever happened. I mean, not really, the rest of it's just a lot of people yelling at each other and being really stressed out. I would say what I would with the advice I'd give to a new realtor is to make sure that you are focused on just building market share without stressing too much about the financial element of things, because eventually it will work out and you will make money. But if you focus on every dollar in the beginning, it will be very, very difficult to get there, because there's a lot of opportunities in the beginning that are not going to be really lucrative right away. And then eventually those will become a lot more lucrative in the future. This was Kirsten Jordan from New York City for Realtors Talk magazine.